Seneca believed that the greatest tragedy of life is not that it ends too soon, but that so much of it is lived without truly being lived. He wrote, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." And he said this, not to judge people, but to wake them gently from the sleep of habit, fear, and constant urgency. If you are past 60, you may feel that time is moving faster than it once did. Days blur together. Seasons come and go quietly. Memories feel closer than the future. You may wonder how to live well with the time that remains. Seneca spent his entire life reflecting on this question. He believed that time is not measured in years, but in presence, in attention, in how deeply you inhabit the moments given to you. The later years of life, he said, offer a unique opportunity, a chance to let go of hurry, a chance to release regret, a chance to stop chasing what never mattered, a chance to finally live as if the days in front of you are truly yours. Seneca would ask you today, how much of your life has been lived for others, and how much for you? He understood that for decades you were needed by children, by work, by responsibilities, by people who depended on your strength. You gave your time because you had to. You sacrificed your rest because there was no choice. You rushed because life demanded rushing. But he believed that after 60, something shifts. The world grows quieter. The demands slow down. The noise softens. You begin to recognize how precious each moment is, and how much of life you were too busy to feel. This recognition is not something to fear. It is the beginning of wisdom. Seneca taught that time is not the enemy. Distraction is. Regret is. Living mechanically, without noticing the miracle of simply being alive, that is the greatest loss. He would say, do not let your old age be ruled by the habits of your youth. Meaning, just because you used to hurry does not mean you must hurry now. Just because you once worried excessively does not mean worry must rule you today. Just because you gave everything to others for decades does not mean you cannot reclaim the quiet moments that belong to you. He believed that calm is a practice, a skill, a way of being that grows stronger each time you choose it. Calm begins when you stop rushing to the next thing, when you look at the morning and allow it to be gentle, when you sit by the window and let the light fall on your hands without demanding anything more. Seneca taught that a single peaceful moment is worth more than an entire lifetime spent in worry. He believed that most people die while still preparing to live. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect conditions, the perfect version of themselves, before allowing joy to come close. But he would tell you, joy does not appear in the future. It appears in the moment. You choose to notice it. He advised people to examine their days, not by what they accomplished, but by what they felt, what they understood, what they savored, what they loved. The later years, Seneca said, are not about doing more. They are about living deeper, living slower, living truer. He believed that peace arises when you stop forcing life to be something else. Peace arises when you release control over what cannot be controlled, when you stop rewriting the past, when you stop fearing the future, when you stop demanding that everything be different from what it is. Seneca wrote, "He suffers more than is necessary who suffers before it is necessary," meaning we create much of our own pain by worrying about events that have not happened, by imagining outcomes that never come, by living in fear instead of presence. He would say, gently, "You have made it through every hardship. Do not fear the shadows that only exist in your mind." The older you become, the more you understand that suffering comes and goes, but fear can stay forever if you let it. Fear interrupts joy. Fear steals today. Fear tells you that peace is impossible when peace is right in front of you. Seneca believed that courage is not loud, it is quiet. It is the decision to breathe through uncertainty, to soften instead of harden, to accept instead of resist. He would remind you that you are stronger than you once believed, made stronger by every loss you carried, by every challenge you endured, by every moment you thought would break you, but did not. He believed that aging is not a decline, but a refinement, a polishing of the soul. As you grow older, your values become clearer, your relationships grow truer, your desires grow simpler, your heart grows wiser. You begin to see that the things you once chased brought little satisfaction, and the things you once overlooked were the real sources of meaning. Seneca taught that wealth is not measured by what you possess, but by how little you need. He believed that the richest person is the one who can sit quietly and feel at peace. Peace does not come from accumulation. It comes from letting go of comparison, letting go of bitterness, letting go of things you can no longer change. He would tell you, what has passed belongs to fate. What is happening now belongs to you. Seneca believed that the present moment is sacred. It is the only place where life happens. Everything else is memory or imagination. He encouraged people to treat each day as a complete life, not as a preparation for something else, not as a waiting room, but as a small, perfect universe, complete in itself. Today, you are allowed to slow down. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to breathe. You are allowed to savor the life that is still unfolding for you. Seneca believed that time feels scarce only when we are not present. When you give your full attention to the moment you're in, time expands. Moments become richer. Life becomes fuller. He would say, you possess all of time when you possess the present. In these later years, you are not running out of time. You are being invited into a new way of experiencing it, a calmer way, a gentler way, a way that values being over doing, presence over productivity, connection over achievement. He believed that no one is too old to start living more wisely. No one is too late to reclaim their peace. No one is too far gone to rediscover meaning. Seneca would look at your life and say, you have already lived many lives. Now live the one that belongs to you. He would invite you to slow your breathing, to soften your expectations, to treat each day as a gift rather than a task. He believed that a peaceful life is not the result of perfect circumstances, but of a trained mind, a mind that knows how to return to calm, how to let go of worry, how to hold the moment gently and fully. You have lived long enough to know what truly matters. And Seneca would tell you, it is not too late to live beautifully, not too late to feel wonder, not too late to feel gratitude, not too late to forgive yourself, not too late to rest, not too late to enjoy the simplest things with the deepest appreciation. You are here. You are breathing. You are alive in this moment. And this moment, Seneca would say, is enough. The rest of your life does not need to be hurried. It needs to be felt, honored, lived. Let the remaining days become spacious. Let your heart move at a slower rhythm. Let your mind rest in the present. Let peace become your way of living. Because peace is not something you earn later. It is something you choose now.